Hey guys, welcome to Are You Called to Coach live experience. I am Latoya Early, vision coach, empowerment speaker, and president of Chase Great Enterprises, where we are constantly changing the momentum of your pursuit to success. Chase Great is a multifaceted coaching resource that provides coaches to hire and training programs to become a coach. We are 6 years old, guys, and we are headquartered in East Point, Michigan. We're right outside of Detroit. So I have been coaching for maybe a little over 5 years, and I was kind of introduced to the coaching industry by default. I know, right? I know you're wondering who I am and why I've been called to coach. And I can honestly say that I was called to coach through God just really evolving me in the coaching industry. So I'm so excited to share my story with you, and I'm so excited to share whether or not you were called to the coaching industry. So as I introduce myself, I just want to give you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So I can remember, if you recall, back when you were a child, you have so many different areas in your childhood that you can remember, right? And I can very clearly remember me being in probably like the fifth or sixth grade, and I would come home from school, I would do my homework, and I would sit at my desk and I would type away on my computer, and I would pretend like I had a business. I would pretend like I was owning and running my very own business. And when my cousins would come over, I would act like they were my employees. I would have them filing papers and answering phones to this imaginary company that I had no idea of what I was running. But at a very young age, I knew I was called to the area of entrepreneurship, but I really didn't even know what an entrepreneur was. I had no understanding or knowledge of what this lane consisted of. There was no one in my family who was operating as an entrepreneur that I could remember, or there was no one teaching me. But I knew that as I was going through my childhood, there was something about me owning my own business. As I, grew up and evolved in my young adult life, I struggled a lot with self-acceptance and validation. I saw myself really conforming to a lot of my friends and doing a lot of things that I knew wasn't right, some things that I didn't want to do, but I did them because I saw my peers do them. And as I evolved, I learned that I struggled in these particular areas. And the more I understood my childhood, the more I understood my thought process, the better experience I was able to offer as a coach. So it's so funny because I've had 7 businesses before Chase Great. I started my entrepreneurial journey at the age of 19 years old. Remember, I told you guys I was typing away in my bedroom, not knowing what business I was called to develop or build. So I had 7 businesses. I was like a dog chasing his tail. I was running in circles, trying to figure out profit, trying to figure out purpose, trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. All I knew is that building a business was about making money. I never knew that there was purpose behind building a business. I was an event planner. I was co-owner of a semi-professional basketball team here in the city of Detroit. Listen, when I tell y'all, I was owner of a demolition company. I have no experience or didn't have any experience in construction, but it was an opportunity, and guess what, we made money from it. So I can say that in my businesses, some of them I was successful in and some of them I weren't, but I did recognize in those businesses that I was still missing something. So let's fast forward a little bit. When I first started Chase Great, as a paper shuffling company. I was doing LLCs, I was doing 501c3s, grants, all of the paper shuffling. I was helping other business owners build their business, but I was doing it more so behind the scenes. I'm very good at administrative work. I can research anything and make it happen. So I'm like, cool, this is what I'm good at, and I love doing it. Well, as I started to help people build their business, I would ask them, okay, what's next? What are we doing next? And they wouldn't know. I would ask them, how are you going to make money from this business? And they knew that they had a service or a product to sell, but they didn't know how they were going to sell it. And so this is what I mean when I said I kind of fell into the coaching industry by default because I found myself doing what I had been doing my entire life, whether or not I was an employee, or whether or not I was working for an organization. I've always seemed to find myself helping others really believe in creating strategies to succeed. I saw that that was something that I had connected to my entire life. Even as a childhood, as I typed away at my VTech, I will always encourage my imaginary coworkers, as I would say, as I grew out my childhood and, being a teenager in high school and even going throughout college, I've always been the person people went to when they really needed to be encouraged, or when they really needed to see things differently. So when God kind of evolved me into this eighth business, I was blown away. Not only because I knew that seven spiritually is recognized as a number of completion, but number 8 was my new beginning. Chase Great was my new beginning. And I had the opportunity to really, I had an opportunity to own my life and really create the path that I wanted to live, and do it by serving others and by serving God. And I wanted to make sure that I would take the same opportunity that I had in building my business and offer it to other people. So I know you're wondering, how did I end up in coaching? While I know that I've been called to help others believe and create strategies to succeed and gain wealth, when I first launched out as a coach, I launched out as a business coach because I had no knowledge of the coaching industry. I didn't even know that this existed. When I first heard of a life coach, I heard it on TV. I'm like, people don't really do this for a living. Like, how do you build a life off of life coaching? And as I grew in my business, I saw that I wasn't called to be a life coach. My expertise was in vision. It was in faith. It was helping people really believe that they can achieve whatever it is that they put their mind to. And so as I grew in coaching, I will find myself calling myself a business coach, even though I knew God called me something different, because it was unfamiliar. So I was afraid of going after that lane in vision coaching because it was an unfamiliar lane. When I went to pursue certifications and training, I had a hard time because everything focused around life coaching. And I'm like, listen, I was not called to your whole life. I was called to your business. I was called to your faith. I was called to your wealth. And I only want to really help you build and develop in that area. So I truly struggled in the beginning. I took classes, I took trainings, and it really never cultivated my call in coaching. So this is why I decided that I wanted to be the answer to someone else's question. I wanted to help someone who was struggling with the same area that I was struggling in, trying to find their unique lane in the coaching industry, especially because we can see that it can feel like it's an oversaturated industry. But something that I've learned is that whatever God has called you to, He's made space for you. So you don't have to ever feel like that the coaching industry is saturated or oversaturated when you have a clear understanding of what you've been called to. So since I was unable to become certified in the area of vision coaching, I wanted to be able to provide the world the opportunity to truly grow and build in the areas that you guys want to grow and build in. And so today, because you've had some sort of nudge, you've been called to the coaching industry. And I want to share 7 reasons with you why you were called to the coaching industry. I know you guys are here because you're like, listen, something is telling me that I think I'm supposed to be coaching. I believe I'm supposed to be doing this. I believe that I'm supposed to be in this industry. And these are the same feelings that I had when I started coaching. So I want to share with you today 7 reasons you are called to the coaching industry. Is that okay with you guys? We are a God-driven community who has made God our source, that we can be an effective resource to you. Chase Great is all about building God-driven coaches. And I want to share with you how being a part of the coaching industry is a great way to help you honor and become everything that God has called you to be. So we are a coaching agency. We are not therapists. Okay, guys. So I just want to make sure that before we move forward, we cover a few ground areas so that you understand what we are doing and where we are going. We are a coaching agency. We are not therapists or counselors, and we honorably respect our colleagues in the mental health profession. We serve in that middle space between, I'm gonna use us girls as an example. As a coach, we serve in that middle space between a homegirl and a therapist, right? It's kind of like, I really don't want to take too much advice from my homegirl because we could be in the same space, but yet I haven't been educated on how important seeking a therapist is. So I want to find that middle space. Being a coach, you do learn, and it's a code of ethic that when you have a client that you feel need to be recommended to a therapist or to a counselor, it is our job to make sure that that is being done. So just to kind of cover some ground basics regarding the coaching industry, understanding that we are not therapists, that we are not counselors, but we are that middle piece to help you walk you through the process in order for you to reach the success that you desire. So this is what I need you to do. I need you guys to pull out your pen and paper. This is going to be an interactive experience, okay? So the questions that we're going to go throughout this experience is going to require your undivided attention and an honest truth, okay? I want you guys to really embrace the experience. I want you guys to really take the questions and apply them to yourself. The next 30 minutes are all about you. It's all about you and your lane in the coaching industry, okay? So let's dig into why coaching, why the coaching industry is for you. Make sure you have your pencil and your paper. And be sure to answer the questions before I share an answer, okay? So as you go throughout the experience, you'll be able to see that we're going to go through a series of questions. And I want to make sure that you answer the question before I share the answer. Remember, this is not just to gain information, but this is a coaching experience for you. This is an opportunity for you to learn whether or not you've been called to the industry. Okay, are you guys ready? You ready for your first question? Question 1, how do I define coaching? Remember, I want you guys to give yourself some time to answer this question. Hopefully you have your pen and your paper ready and you are in a comfortable thinking space. You've cleared your clutter from around you. You've put your phone on silent. You have nothing distracting you at this moment, and you are giving your next level your undivided attention. So your first question is, how do I define coaching? Giving you a second or two. So here's the thing. We're in a how-to information age, right? Everyone is looking how to do something, how to do this, how to manage my money, how to overcome trauma, how to be successful, how to break these habits, how to gain success, how to be a great parent. And so coaching gives you the opportunity to show others how to in your area of expertise. Okay, so with answering our question, Chase Great defines coaching as allowing an individual to share a concern while helping them explore and identify their pathway to a solution. Think of some struggles or experiences you've overcome or conquered in your life. Those experiences weren't just for you. Those experiences were for the people that you are called to serve and to impact. Right? So you have to know that with defining what coaching means to you, you have to make it personal. You got to own your definition of coaching, because as you pursue the coaching industry and as you build as a coach, you'll learn that your information is more valuable than you think. So Let's go ahead and move on to our next question. Number 2, who am I called to coach? Isn't that a good question? I know. It's a good question. So you got to think about it. People have a great need right now. They need guidance. They need coaching. They need strategy. They need you to help them get to their next level of life. So I want you to take a moment and I want you to answer this question. Again, I want you to personalize your question. Who am I called to coach? Here at Chase Great, we focus on your target audience. We focus on helping you develop your content and develop your message to the exact group of people that you've been called to serve. And I want you to take note, even right now, before you've even gained the training or taken the business or the coaching desire to the next level, that you already have a target audience. And I want you to identify who are you called to coach. Here's your answer. You are called to coach those who are connected to your why. They're connected to your niche. They're connected to your purpose. They're connected to the experiences. Remember, we talked about experiences in the last question. They're connected to those struggles and experiences that you overcame in your past. I tell our coaches all the time, listen, what you've been called from is what you've been called to. So know that whatever journey God has allowed you to experience over your life, it wasn't for you, it was for the people that you have been called to serve. So think about the people you've helped so far. While you may not have formatted your discussions as a coach and client relationship, I am quite sure that you've helped many people so far explore and identify a solution. Think about it. Think about it. We do it all the time, whether or not we're helping a homegirl, we're helping a friend, we're helping a parent, we're helping a child. Because you're in this space, you've already allowed your mind to position yourself as a coach. And whether or not you've received the training to help really create a better experience, you've already started to develop yourself in the coaching industry. Pay attention to it next time you're having a discussion with a friend. So here's our next question. How will I know how to coach those I am called to? How will I know how to coach those I am called to? So I want you to think about that. Remember, we talk about coaching being a call from God. So I want you to answer this question for yourself. How will I know how to coach? How will I know how to coach the person that I've been called to? As long as God is your source, I guarantee you'll be an effective resource. So here's your answer. Identify, learn, and study your niche. This is so profound in coaching. A lot of times we think, hey, I have a gift of coaching. I can do this, right? And we don't really give ourselves the accurate amount of time to study and develop our craft in coaching. While I know without a shadow of a doubt that I have been called to coaching, I know that God strategically placed me here on this earth so that I can coach and help other people chase great. I'm constantly learning and studying my niche so that I can become a better coach for you and a better coach for the coaches in our community. So you want to make sure that while you're asking yourself, how do I know who I'm called to coach, that you're taking the time to really study, identify, and learn your niche. Now, here's what I want you to pay close attention to when it comes to study. Remember, we talked about God being your source and you being an effective resource. Studying is just not about picking up books that is talking about your niche. Studying has to do with studying His word, studying the word of God, making sure you understand His promises, making sure you understand His process. So as you endure the journey of entrepreneurship, or as you endure the journey of applying your coaching skills and techniques to your workplace or to your career, you know that God is with you throughout the entire journey. So identify, learn, and study your niche. Think about the last time you wanted to know how to do something. Listen, y'all, I have been on this Pinterest kick, okay? When I tell y'all I've been in the kitchen, cooking, switching in the kitchen, as they say, I prop my phone up and I go through my recipes. I'm at the grocery store, walking down the aisles, I'm buying ingredients that I never thought that I would cook with. Why? Because I've taken interest into something and I want to make sure that I'm doing it better than how I used to do it. And so I've taken the time to study it. Now, while Pinterest is a pretty good resource, I want to make sure that I'm looking at other resources as well so that I can grow better in my craft. Remember, perfection requires practice. The more you study, the better you'll be. And I know a lot of times people think, listen, there's nobody that's perfect. I understand and I agree. And while sometimes it may be difficult to become a perfect person, you can most definitely perfect a particular area. So let's go ahead to our next question. Why should I obtain training? Why should I obtain training? Give yourself some time. Answer your question. So what does training do to any skill, gift, or talent? It makes it better, right? It enhances your gift. It enhances who you are. And so when you are wondering whether or not you should obtain training, you have to think about some of our greatest athletes. You have to think about some of our greatest boxers. You have to think about our doctors and our lawyers and our teachers. You have to think about some of the people who are serving in leadership. You have to think about those who are serving our nation. All of these people have training. Think about even on your job. You know your job. You know your job very well. But every now and again, you'll go into Oracle. I'm not sure if people still use that software, but I used to when I worked a 9 to 5. And I will do some training and I will, work on myself. I want to show you a few techniques in coaching so that you can really connect with this information. So there's two different techniques that you want to learn as you are growing in the coaching industry. And it's learning a coaching model and it's learning a coaching style. So a coaching model is a framework created to provide structure. So while you're sitting with your client, you're not just rambling, you're not just pulling questions out of thin air, you're not trying to figure it out, but you have some sort of framework before you that will help you structure your coaching sessions with your client. So with having a coaching model, most coaches have what they call signature programs. And with using a signature program, it helps you provide that structure in your coaching session. With our Chase Grade coaches, we provide them with their initial framework so that when you go out as a coach, you're not just being thrown out there hoping to swim, but that you have some sort of structure to apply to your coaching sessions. And then we have coaching styles, and it's the overall direction of each session, but you want to recognize your style of coaching. Are you a do as I say? Do you encourage your clients so that we can do it together? Or do you delegate and tell them to go out and do something, or tell a group of people to go out and do something and then come back for a group discussion? You want to be able to identify the different styles of coaching that best fits your coaching practice. Here at Chase Grade, we focus on number 2, doing it together. Listen, it is a very difficult coaching experience when you are telling your client what to do versus helping your client see the better solution in their problem. Let's think about when you are a child, or children in general. When you tell your child what to do, you have a different experience or a different response from them when you show them a better way of doing something. So the coaching techniques are required when you take the time to train and truly understand your craft. Let's think about the last time you wanted to perfect an interest or a craft. You went out and you sought training. This shows you that training is definitely necessary to enhance and build your gift. Understand, A skill is something that you exercise, right? It's something that you grow greater at doing. A talent is something that you're born with. It's something that you are naturally born and capable of doing. A gift is something that God has given you to share with the world to help the world become a better place. Although all three of those categories is something that that you have control over, in order to be better in either three of them, you require some sort of training. So I hope that you guys are taking notes. I hope that you are answering your questions. I hope that you are really connecting with the content that we are sharing on this wonderful afternoon, because I really want you to gain clarity in your call and coaching. Number 5, why should I pick a focus in coaching? This is a good question. Why should I pick a focus in coaching? Here at Chase Great, we really specialize in helping coaches identify their niche. Again, I talked about life coaching. I was not called to be a life coach. People call me a life coach all the time. People call me a business coach all the time. But I title myself, God has given me the title of a vision coach. It is my job to really help increase and enhance your faith and your wealth from your why. And so once you know who you've been called to serve in coaching and the problem that you've been called to address, you'll really see why focus coaching is really unique and important. So let's go ahead and answer that. Life coaching versus specialty coach. A life coach is someone that looks to empower others by helping them make, meet, and exceed goals in both their personal and professional lives. Now, again, here at Chase Great, we define specialty coaching as someone that looks to empower others by helping them make, meet, and exceed goals in a specific area of life. Let's think about a specialist at a doctor. So it's funny because just this past summer, I had to take my oldest son to go get his tonsils removed. I would take him to his pediatrician. He would get his physicals. He would get his shots, his updates, and all was well. And then I started noticing, the way that he sleep, and I started noticing the way that he talk. And I was really concerned about his tonsils. So when I took him to his pediatrician, she checked his ears, she checked his throat, and she's like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to send you over to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. I'm like, what are you talking about? Aren't you a pediatrician? Shouldn't you be the one to look at his entire body and I don't have to go through another specialist? And you got to think about it that way. Would you want to go to a podiatrist and they specialize in cardiology? Like, you want to make sure that you're going to a specialist that can really help you develop in your lane. And life coaches look to help every part of your life. I understand that, which can be overwhelming and draining. So dealing with one's whole life require a great deal of responsibility and pressure on you as a coach. Now, know that this isn't speaking against life coaches, okay, guys? I love life coaches. I love what they do. I love who they are. But this is just sharing a different perspective and allowing you to see the benefit of being a specialist in a particular area. Let's go ahead and move on to our next question. I hope you guys are having an aha moment by this point. We are already at question 6. And remember, I'm only sharing 7 reasons why you are called to the coaching industry. And already we are at question number 6. This is the good part, y'all. This right here is probably what most of you have been waiting to get to. But before I answer this question, I want to make sure you give yourself a chance to answer the question. Be honest with yourself. Be available to new perspectives. I want you to really give yourself an honest answer on how you can make money in the coaching industry. And before I answer this question, I want you to pause, put your pen down for 1 quick second, and I want you to repeat after me. Okay, y'all ready? God wants me to have money. wait a minute, I'm serious. I need y'all to really do this with me, because what's happening right now at this very moment is you are forcing yourself to change the way you view money. And so if you're looking to build your career or build your business in coaching, you have to believe that you can make money from it, because you can. So let's take our moment. Let's pause and repeat after me. God wants me to have money. Money answer all things. It is not bad or it is not wicked, and I can have as much of it as I desire. The Bible talks about the love of money is evil. We're not falling in love with it. We're falling in love with coaching. And through falling in love of coaching, we're able to make money. And I want you guys to make sure that you take that declaration and you own it, because I had to get that clear before we talked about money. Whether you know it or not, money is attracted by the way you think and the way that you talk about it. And so we have to learn how to change the way we discuss money. And I guarantee you, when you start changing the way you discuss money and stop looking at it as another way to pay a bill, it will reflect change in your bank account. Money answer all things. And so that means that we are designed to make money. My favorite scripture, Deuteronomy 8:18, says that God has given us the power to gain wealth. Well, we know wealth is more than just money, but let's talk about that money piece of it. Know that he's giving you the power to get money. So why are you afraid of it? Why do you allow yourself to speak against money? Why do you make money seem like it's so hard to come by? You have to start changing your confession about money. The moment you change the way you think about money and the way you talk about money is the moment that your change will reflect in your bank account. I guarantee. Okay, moving on, because I just went left. Let's get back to our question. How can I make money? I hope you guys took the time to answer this question. And we're going to answer the question by understanding the difference between volume versus value. Now, this area is so exciting for me because it took me a long time to understand the differences between the two. I'll never forget when God started to work on me in the vision of Chase Great. I have the affirmation on my board in my office, and he told me to think like an enterprise. And I had to start to view the business and change the way I viewed volume over value. So what is volume? It's a large community. It's a way of creating an experience for multiple clients at one time. So whether or not you're creating a community, whether or not you're doing group coaching, whether or not you're servicing products, volume is having multiple people purchase from you at one time. Versus value, which is having a higher priced ticket item. So there are some coaches who build their business model where they only want to work with 5 to 6 clients a year. Well, working with 5 to 6 clients a year, your fees or your service is probably about $5,000 to $10,000 per client. There's a wonderful virtual coach that I follow, and her coaching programs are like $20,000 to $25,000. She made over $1 million in a 3-day live event. Those are the type of coaches who build their business, their coaching business, off of value. Now, what tends to happen once you are in a particular level of experience with your coaching business, your value can kind of turn into volume, which is a wonderful thing as it regard your wealth. But when you are building your business off volume, you're looking to service more people. So what we did here at Chase Great is we adjusted our rates so that we can reach more people and create volume and give our value in what it is that we're providing as a coaching agency. So I want to share with you ways to make money through your coaching business. And so as you're building your coaching business, you'll have to create some sort of business model. There are several different ways that you can build your coaching business, whether or not you use membership or subscription. You go with one-on-one coaching, group coaching, workshops, seminars, classes, conferences, different products and books, speaking engagement, and packaged programs. You can make money in the coaching industry. Understand that everyone is looking for some sort of help in some sort of particular area. All you have to do is learn how to package and properly price your content so that you can become an expert in your field, so that you can in return gain the income that you desire. You can most definitely make money in the coaching industry. So here is our final question. Our final question: is coaching for me? Number 7, the number of completion. Is coaching for me? If you've been able to answer any of the previous questions with ease, or you've been enlightened on how to answer your call in coaching, then you have already answered this question. Review some of the questions that we reviewed over the past couple of minutes or so. And I want you to really take a look at those questions. If you've been able to answer those questions and you've been able to become more enlightened about the industry, and you've connected with the information that was shared with you, and you can feel the passion in your heart, guess what? You've already answered this question. So are you still asking yourself? Take some time, review your questions. It was such a profound moment for me when I identified my lane in coaching. It gave me some sense of accomplishment. It gave me a place here on earth. It gave me a place in the industry. It gave me a place in my clients' lives. And when I was able to be honest with myself and see that I really can build a coaching business doing exactly what I love and helping others chase great, it opened up a new realm of life. It changed my perspective on peace. It changed my perspective on love and forgiveness. It really helped me become a better me. So I want you to take the time, look through your questions. And if you were able to connect with your questions and answer your question at ease, you have already answered this question. Number 8, your new beginning. How do I get started in coaching? Is that your question? How do I get started, right? How do I get started in pursuing my God-given gift in coaching? How do I cultivate my call in coaching? Step number 1, you show up. So I want you guys to give yourself a pat on the back for taking the first step in pursuing your life's journey in coaching. There are a million other things that you could have been doing at this very moment, but you decided to spend the last 30 minutes trying to figure out if the coaching industry is for you. And what makes this such a unique experience for you is that before you even decided to listen to this audio, you already knew that the coaching industry was for you. You were just seeking some confirmation. And I know over those past 7 questions, you were really able to connect with the coaching industry and make a decision that the coaching industry is for you. Step 2, you need to learn. This experience has been full of great information to help jumpstart your new beginning in coaching. And here at Chase Great, we provide an ongoing learning experience for our coaches. Our community provides unlimited access to coaching support, like-minded and God-driven coaches just like you. weekly virtual and on-site mastermind sessions, monthly purpose development days, brand partnership, unlimited virtual online trainings and course access, business building support and resources, event and product discounts. Listen, we even offer co-working space to our Michigan residents. I got a quick story about this. So when I first started coaching, I remember sitting at a coffee shop with my client, right? My client had paid at that time, it was a nice ticket for my coaching program. And we're going through, and I'm going through the questions, and I'm making sure my client understands. And the ice machine kept going off. It was driving me bananas. The ice machine kept going off. There were people in our conversation, like they would lean over and talk to us while we're trying to coach. It was just such a distracting experience. And that was the moment that I decided I needed to go out and get an office. And while at that time, I was just going to get an office for me, I didn't know that I was creating an environment for other coaches who suffer from some of the same things that I suffered from to come in and really build their coaching business. Another benefit to being a part of our coaching community is marketing exposure. Listen, we have a hire a coach portion of our company where you can be listed in our community as a hireable coach to the public. We have a co-authors project. Each and every year we are launching our co-authors project, which gives you an opportunity to become a published author. How long have you procrastinated with finishing your book? Well, here at Chase Great, we want to make sure that you provide that level of credibility as a coach and become an author. We also have podcast partnerships. We have partnered with Clean Air Media to help take your podcast and market them to the public. Let's expand our reach. First Chronicles 4:10 talked about expanding our territory. So you have partnership with a network that's going to help you do just that. And our last, but my most favorite marketing exposure opportunity is our online blog community. Yes, we are all about creating content. Listen, content is what's going to help you create credibility in your community. So you want to make sure that as you're positioning yourself as an expert in your niche, as a coach in your niche, that you're giving your audience content, whether or not you're building a business as a coach or you're taking your coaching certification and applying it to your career. You want to make sure that the world knows that this is the lane that you've been called to serve in. Step 3, it is time for you to connect. The coaching industry is not for the faint at heart. Listen, it's not. Okay. If you are struggling, then you might want to take some more time. The coaching industry is for serious innovators who know without a shadow of a doubt that their call is to be a solution to a problem. Now, I'm not saying that you struggle with building the business. I want to make sure that you are 100% sure that you've been called to help solve someone else's problem. Connect with your clients. Your why or purpose in life should connect with the why of Chase Great. So together, we can help change the lives of our people. Remember, our mission here at Chase Great is to draw unbelievers to the kingdom of God by cultivating your call in coaching. How can you be used to help other people become great? Connect to the why of Chase Great so that you and I together, we can help change the lives of our people. Step number 4. Listen, guys, it's time to decide. Here's your opportunity to join a community that's committed to helping you chase great. We believe in our coaches 100%, and we support them throughout their journey. Sometimes it's really hard to find people who will support you no matter what, no matter how big the dream is. But here at Chase Great, we want to partner with you with building our business. I had family members doubt me, tell my husband that I needed to go get a job. I had people who I trusted with my information tell me that it wasn't a good idea to quit my 9 to 5 to pursue coaching full time. But here at Chase Great, we are your two. My scripture, Matthew 18:19 says, if two of you agree on earth about anything that you ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. Listen, guys, Chase Great is your two. I am your two. I am the coach that is going to help you push in your coaching business by any means necessary. So here's what you need to decide. I want you to take the time and decide whether or not this coaching community, this lane of coaching is fit for you. Here at Chase Great, we offer 2 different types of membership. We have what we call our premium membership, and we have our monthly membership. So our premium membership is a 12-month access. Remember, we talked about all of the community benefits. You get the community benefits for 12 months. You get our 10-week intro to coaching class. You'll get our 14-week specialty certification, all within that 12-month frame. So let's talk a little bit about our coaching programs. Our Intro to Coaching is a 10-week coaching course that focuses on the internal development of the coach. Here at Chase Great, we strongly believe that in order for you to be successful professionally, you have to be healthy personally. And so those 10 weeks, we're going to really dig into you and help you become a better you. We're going to focus on your niche. We're going to identify your niche. We're going to talk about your target audience. We're going to figure out who you are in the coaching industry and how you can create your own lane. Our specialty certification is a 14-week online experience. And this is really certifying you in your niche. So, hey, if you're like, listen, Latoya, I'm not a life coach either. I am actually a white wall coach. Listen, who am I to tell you that God didn't call you to be a white wall coach? I know it sounds silly, but I'm so serious, guys. I strongly believe in God using all of us in our own unique gift in his own unique way. So that 14-week specialty certification gives you the opportunity to certify in your lane. And that is an online certification. So that certification gives you the opportunity to self-pace and really go through the course at your own pace. It gives you the chance to certify in your area and really be great. Our Intro to Coaching, while the course is available online, we do have on-site training for that. So let's talk about the monthly membership. The monthly membership includes our Intro to Coaching, which is our 10-week coaching. Remember, we're focusing on your internal development as a coach, plus community access. Okay, so we need you a part of the community. So regardless if you choose the premium membership or the monthly membership, we have to make sure that we are staying committed to you throughout your process, throughout your journey, so that you can better develop yourself as a coach. Listen, guys, we are committed to you. We are here to help you be great mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So let's talk numbers. Our premium membership right now is $24.99. Remember, that's a 12-month unlimited access to our coaching community. It includes your Intro to Coaching certification and your specialty certification. Listen, guys, this is probably over 500 hours of training in this premium membership. And I guarantee you, it'll help you be a better coach and build yourself in the coaching industry. So what I want to do is because I love you guys and I love what I do so much, I want to kind of look out for you. And instead of it being $24.99, if you decide to move forward with us and complete your coaching application, now listen, guys, you got to complete your application and you got to schedule your call. When you schedule your call, that is going to give you the opportunity to take advantage of our premium membership for only $22.98. Okay, that is 12-month access. Now, I don't want you guys to worry. We do have payment plans, but this $22.98, this program, the coaching, the unlimited coaching support, the unlimited business support, the intro to coaching, the specialty certification, this package alone is valued at over $5,000. And I just want to make sure that you guys are getting everything that you need. Remember, we talked about volume versus value. I wanted to make sure that we can bring this price down so this can be a goal that you can reach. So our monthly membership, listen, I haven't forgotten about you. Our monthly membership, you're like, listen, Latoya, that $22.98 is a little steep. Okay, let's bring it down a little bit. So if you're looking to be a part of our monthly membership, it's only $17.49. $17.49. That's 12 months. You get your 10-week intro to coaching class, and you get 12-month access to our community. But y'all know, if I'm looking out for our premium membership, I got to look out for you. So in case you're like, come on, Latoya, I'm trying to reach this goal, I want to offer our monthly membership for our 10-week intro to coaching class for $549. And so, yes, that can be broken up into a payment plan. And what I've done is I've reduced it even more as a plan for you. You sign up for the class, and all you have to do is pay $99 per month for the monthly community access. That's it. You complete your 10-week course, and then you are automatically a part of our community. Okay, you're already a part of the program. You'll get access to all of our back office training. You'll get access to all of our virtual and on-site mastermind sessions. You'll have access to all of our purpose development days. You'll have access to all of our events. Listen, our annual conference is mind-blowing each and every year. I am so excited about our conference coming up because we are going to take it to the next level. Not only do we have our conference, but we have our Dreamers Gala. This is our opportunity for all of our coaches in our community to come together and celebrate you as a coach. So here's your chance. Here's your chance to decide. So if you register today with either our virtual or on-site training, because both of them are available, you will receive instant access into our community. So the moment that you register, the moment that you complete your application and your online payment, you will be instantly involved in our Facebook community and our back office virtual community. Absolutely, both. You get to join us on Facebook because we're constantly in our private group. No one knows that this group exists, but we're constantly in our Facebook community giving online, on-demand coaching. On-demand coaching is available in our Facebook community at all times. We're constantly going live to give new information, to give new teachings, to provide something new to help you build your career or your business in coaching. On top of that, you'll have access to our virtual online community that allows you to keep up with different trainings that may not necessarily be in the Facebook community, but that can help you build your business. So by registering and completing your application, you'll have instant access to both of those training both of those training outlets. So I want you guys to visit bit.ly/capital C, capital G, capital C, capital I, capital E, NROLL, and complete your application. Make sure you guys copy that link exactly as it reads so that you can have access to the application. If you are having a hard time with accessing it, you can always visit us at www.chasegreatenterprises.com. Click on become a coach, and you can complete the application there. So step number 5, and I am just about done, guys. Step 5 is commit. Remember, we're talking about how do I get started? There are 5 steps to you getting started in the coaching industry, in the coaching lane. And the first step was show up. And I'm super proud of each and every one of you for showing up on today. Our second step was learn more about the coaching industry and what we have to offer here at Chase Great. Our third step was to connect with the content and connect with the why of Chase Great. Number 4 was decide which membership opportunity is most suitable for you and your lifestyle. Is it our premium membership or our monthly membership? Lastly, I want you guys to commit. Listen, commit to your next level. Commit to your call in coaching, and commit to the people you are called to serve and to impact. Make the decision and commit. If you decide to register today, okay, let's break it down even further because I just can't help it. If you make the decision today to join our community, you complete your application, you complete your phone interview because you do have to speak with an enrollment coordinator. We want to make sure that all of your questions and concerns are addressed, and we want to make sure that we are allowing real people who are serious about their call and coaching into our community. So once you complete your call, you can complete your process with a $99 deposit. The rest of it will set up as a payment plan, and you'll gain instant access into our community. So all it takes is $99 to get you started today, right now, at this very moment. I am so excited for you because, again, you've taken that step to learn more about the coaching industry. You've taken that step to really learn how you can help change the lives of people. And that alone shows so much character about you. And I want you to believe that coaching is an amazing industry to be in. I love coaching, guys. My coaching turns my day inside out. If I come into the office with a bad day, all I have to do is get in front of my computer or meet with a client or meet with our community of coaches, and it completely changes my world. And I want you guys to know there is so much fulfillment in coaching. And if you just believe enough in yourself, you too can enjoy that same fulfillment. Listen, I want to thank you guys for joining me for this past maybe 30, 45 minutes or so that we have shared. Are you called to coach? Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please email me at cgci@chasegreatenterprises.com. or visit us for more information at www.chasegreatenterprises.com. Go over and check out our Hire a Coach. If you notice, our coaches are broken up into category: business, career, or lifestyle. Which category do you fit in? As a vision coach, I fall under business. We have several coaches under lifestyle. We have a restoration coach, a success coach, a freedom coach, a resilience coach. We have a self-care coach. We have a success coach. We have so many coaches in our community, and we want to just add you to the list. So listen, don't be afraid to reach out if you have any questions. Check us out on Facebook at Chase Great Enterprises, on Instagram at Chase Great Enterprises. Please feel free to head over to Clean Air Media to check out some new content. It is content you can trust. Not only do we have coaches who have podcasts on Clean Air Media, listen, there are other people who believe that their voice should be heard by the world that is also partnered with Clean Air. So go over and check out some of the podcasts, check out more information. And if you guys need me, you know how to reach me. I love you guys. Thank you so much for rocking out with me, and be blessed.